right, so good morning, everyone. Today I'm gonna take a break from the natural law, but I don't know if there is ever a way I can take a break from natural law because it's about everything. But I wanted to talk about healing today because I think it's one of my longest running topics, I think, or study. And so, for us as spiritualism, we're known for our mediums, and also for our healing practices, which is just the kind of hands-on healing. And so I want us also to expand our definition of healing, because healing can come from anywhere at this point. Healing can come from just seeing somebody you haven't seen in a while. Healing can come from walking out in nature, just walking, no intentions. So we want to not think of healing as just let's go to the doctor and take what they give us, right? My definition, really, and this is for me, my definition is there's only self-healing, right? To me, and this is just for me, there's only self-healing. Because really, I can't heal anybody, and nobody can heal me, right? When you come and you sit in our chairs, and we do our hands-on healing, we're just acting as a battery or a conduit for spirit to come through me or us and move to you. The next step is for you to accept that energy, right? If you don't accept the energy, then of course you don't feel the healing. So we don't really heal. I always said, I don't know that Jesus healed. I know that he offered his energy, and then if you get in his energy vibration, then you have the option to heal yourself. Because you get that feeling, you get the feeling of love, of compassion, of togetherness. So in a sense, again, you're healing yourself. Right? He's just the conduit. He's just the vibration to help you get to that spot. Also, anything can be healed. Anything can be healed. Anything or everything can be healed. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? Everything can be healed. If you watch the animal kingdom, as I call it, you will see that they do that themselves. Right? Some of them grow limbs back, right? We're animals as well. We can do that. We just don't think we can. So again, we don't really see it, right? But it is possible. And so healing is, again, all healing is self-healing. We always talk about we want to heal the world, right? And I don't know that we can heal the world. I know that if we individually heal ourselves, then the world will be healed. It will be magic, or it will be the outcome of us healing ourselves, right? And so it's very easy. Some easy things that you can do is be grateful for the things you have, right? Gratitude is one of the easiest ways to start healing yourself. Right? Be thankful for all the things you have. Be thankful for the pain you feel, right? So that you can understand, okay, so this is here to teach me something. If I'm going through it, it's here to teach me something, right? And then once I realize that, hey, I can make that change, then almost healing happens. With gratitude, your energy comes into alignment. Some people say your chakras come into alignment, right? everything is vibing on the same level, toward the same avenue, and then healing happens, right? So that's another way that you can do a little healing. Gratitude. Be thankful for, like, how many people this morning give thanks for waking up, right? How many people gave thanks for your feet working this morning? I'm talking about this morning. I'm not talking about yesterday and today. Did you do that today? Right? Are you thankful that your organs are working? Right? Or do we just take it for granted? That, hey, I'm up, I'm out, I'm on my bike. We take things for granted. So the little things we can do is, I'm thankful that I was able to wake up today. Because again, I'm guaranteed that a million people didn't. So be thankful that you woke up. Be thankful for these little things, and that gets your vibration into a healing pattern, right? And then more things will come to you, right? So these little things that you can do every single day that will, even if you're in good health, will keep you in good health. And if you don't feel you're in good health, then it will get you towards those things, right? Because the more you, as we talk about natural law, the more you feel good, the more you feel good, right? The more you feel good, the more you attract good feeling things. It's natural law, right? So you got to find ways to feel good. Find any way you can, wherever you go, find something to feel good about. In the hospital, because we go there off and on. It's one of those places where you have to think twice. Like, you're needing help, so you go to that physical place, and then you see there's all these people there with different ailments. So there's energy around that. And so when I go there, I get quiet when I go there. And then it's like, I'm thankful that the hospital is there for those that need it, right? Even though at times I don't believe in doctors, right? But some people need doctors, so here are doctors. They feel they need doctors, so here are the doctors. Here's the hospital, right? For some of us, it's like we can heal ourselves, so I'm not beating up doctors in any way, shape, or form because they're useful. But to me, I think, I want my doctor to tell me, okay, here's this medication for your diabetes. And then I would also like you to meditate along with taking this medication, right? That's what I would like to hear from my doctor, right? Because then I'm going to think my doctor is about my health and not my death, right? That's what I would like to hear from doctors, right? And at some point, we won't need them as much because we will realize that, we can do this healing on ourselves, without their help. But again, we're thankful that they're there because some people need them, but again, we can heal ourselves, right? I was never taught that, in school. I've never heard my doctor say that, and I didn't start thinking that way until I went through all my modalities, Reiki and integrated energy therapy and, massage and things like that, that, hey, I can heal myself. So that's one of those things we need to talk about more and more, that we can heal ourselves. Just changing your perspective of just saying I can will make a whole lot of difference. Just saying I can, or I saw that person do that, right? And then if you see somebody do something, you can do that. That's how I learn a lot of things. If I see you do something, then I know I can do it, right? I may not want to do it, but I know I can do it. And when you look at and see people doing things, that's all they're showing you. Jesus said that too. If I can do it, you can do it. right? So when you look at people doing all these miraculous things, you say to yourself, I can do that. And then along the way, then you'll be able to say, I can do anything, right? So self-healing to me, is one of the most important things. I'm going to keep saying those words because until we grab that concept, then we'll have work to do, right? We will have work to do because we're going to expect somebody to come in and do it for us, right? And even if they could do it for us, it's only going to be temporary, right? Like when we put our hands on you in the healing room, it's temporary because healing is based on what you keep thinking over and over and over and over and over, right? What do you keep thinking over and over and over and over and over? Like if you come and sit in our chairs and my energy is good and then you feel good, right? Then you're healing yourself. But once you go out the door and get in your car and somebody pulls out in front of you, then guess what? You're nullifying that energy boost you just got from us. So it's not us doing the healing, it's you doing the healing. So I often wonder, it's like the lady went up to Jesus and pulled on his coat and she was healed. And I just wonder, when she went back home, and going through the market and you see all the crazy things, did she change her mind, right? Did she keep that vibe she got from Jesus? Or did she go back to her old self? That's where I look at those things like that. Now if she kept her vibe and, she forgave her neighbors, right? And she didn't kick the cat, then that healing keeps going, right? But it's not about Jesus. It's about your energy and how can you keep raising that vibration? How can you stay positive? Like in a world that we're looking at now, how can you stay positive? You have to find something to laugh at. For me, sometimes all it takes for me is to watch a comedy, right? Because you can't laugh and be scared at the same time, right? So I find something to make me laugh, to take me out of that negative vibration. That's healing. Laughing is healing, right? So these things like you can do every day, all day, right? Laughing, thanking people, right? Not expecting anything back. That's one of the things I learned living on an island, south of the border, is that everybody talks to everybody, whether they know you or not. Everybody says good morning to everybody, whether they know you or not, right? And it's not based on whether you say good morning back. The energy is, I feel good, good morning. Right? It's a different vibration here. It's a different vibration in New York City, right? For you to say good morning in the middle of the train, right? You're a little off because that's not normal for them, right? But if you say good morning, don't expect nothing back, right? If you say I love you, expect nothing back, right? That's how you're gonna start healing yourself or raising your vibration. Right. Healing is just raising your vibration. You're going to connect back to your full self or your soul self or whatever you want to call it, right? Your perfect self, your perfect soul, because that vibration is way up here, right? There's no negativity on that level, on that's perspective of your soul. From this perspective, we have a whole lot, of things to worry about. The mortgage, the kids, all these kind of things. And so once we raise our vibration, sometimes they'll come down to us so that we can feel better, right? And so as you raise your vibration, you're healing yourself, right? And as you're healing yourself right now, you're healing yourself in the past, you're healing yourself in the future, right? Because those are just constructs of your mind, the future and the past. And so even what some people call past lives or whatever, if you're healing yourself right now and getting into that vibration, you're healing all of you. And if you're all connected, you're healing all of your family stuff, right? All your soul family stuff, your blood family stuff, all of it. Because everything is happening right now. So the more you focus on raising your vibration and thinking about self-healing, then the more everything around you, I guess, will change, you know, because it's like when people see you feeling good, then they want some of it, right? How'd you do that? You know, so you just got to keep your vibration, and even though it's chaotic right now, right? There's something good to think about. Again, I always bring this up. We think about the beach all the time because that's where we feel good. So if I turn on the television and there's the news, it's like, okay, you know, my option is to move it to somewhere else. But once I look and I see something, you know, I'm in that vibe, and then, okay, I want to change that vibe. So I'm going to think about where we go to feel happy, the beach. And then automatically, I'm not thinking negative about news. I'm thinking positive about the beach. And so I'm healing all those moments. So no matter what chaos you see, you can heal yourself in the middle of it, right? No matter what it is, no matter what's happening, right? We have to look from a higher perspective at things, you know? On some level, everything is okay. On a godly level, everything is okay. So if I need to focus on something that's always okay, I can focus on this godly level. You know, we call it infinite intelligence. We call it all different names, you know. But on that level, everything is good, you know. But we don't really think that. So that's how you're going to just change your vibration. Like everything. Some people say like the sun it's raining here. The sun is shining somewhere, right? Or the you know, what we do is the grass needs to rain. Because some people are like, I hate when it rains, right? The grass needs to rain. The birds need to rain, right? So whatever is happening, you can always switch that to something positive. No matter what's happening in your life, what is this teaching me? What is this thing that's in my face over and over teaching me? And then once you start looking at those things, you know, and healing sometimes is just looking at things. It's not necessarily changing them, it's just looking at things. You know, why does this thing keep happening to me over and over and over? And so I keep looking at that thing. And then it's like, okay, you know, what worked for me was I looked at those things, and what I had to do was go back in time to when that thing happened and say, what was that to teach me, right? When I went back, and this is my experience, when I went back to when I lived in Barbados and I got whooped, like, what was that teaching me, right? And I had to go back because I thought he was wrong, but I was stealing, right? And it was just $1. And this was back in the 70s. So $1 was a lot, right? And so I just wanted some candy from school. And so I got whooped. And he didn't stop until I talked to him later in life. He said, if you had owned up to it, I would have stopped, right? But I didn't. I was like, no, I found it as a kid. So that haunted me for years and years and years until I went back and switched it over to, there was a lesson for me. He was trying to teach me a lesson. So every time I think about that now, I'm not mad at him anymore. And so I'm healing all of that in my life moving forward, right? So whatever happened, go back and switch whatever that event is. even if it's just to say, what are you here to teach me? And you can talk to those, that energy of whatever was happening. Because again, everything is energy, right? And everything is conscious. And so you can talk to the pain, right? Or whatever it is. And what are you telling me? And then your spirit and guides will offer you an answer. Always, without question, right? And unless we want to tell it what to tell us, right? So everything can be healed. Everything is self-healing. Give thanks all the time. I'm thankful I got the whooping, right? I am now. Back then I wasn't, but I am now. So I've healed that moment. And there were a lot of other things, that happened that I went back and looked and said, okay, this was trying to teach me. The last one, I'm going to end with this one here, because this happened right over here on Airport Boulevard, where I got into an accident. The front and the back got smashed in my car, and I was wanting to get rid of that car, right? Really do. And I got rid of the car. But once I went back, and then it was like, okay, I'll take the lessons, but without the drama, right? So I went back and I switched that to something positive. And so I don't have, knock on wood, I haven't had an accident in I don't even know how long, 20, 30 years. I'm 40, right? So right. And so to me, that's how I turned that into something healing. I went back and I switched that around and I got the lesson, right? And then it was like, I know I had something to do with that. I took my responsibility and things start moving positive from then on. So healing is very easy. Start with yourself. Don't worry about the neighborhood, right? Start with yourself, and then you can share that energy with everybody around you. They'll feel it. You won't even have to say anything, right? They'll be like, I like being around you. That's what that is going to feel like. When you're in a nice space, I want to be around you. Because they may just need your energy as a booster and be like, oh, okay, he feels that way, I can feel that way too. Okay? So I'm going to leave that with you. I will end there. Thank you all for letting me serve.